Well, it's fighter and the kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's the fighter and the depressed kid.
I got a little touch of the black dog today.
The black dog? What's the matter, man? Oh, I'm sorry. Is the 80-degree weather in L.A. got you down?
Yeah, kind of. I woke up at 11.
Your beautiful wife and kids?
Yeah. They just,
living in Santa Monica?
I know.
Your best friend's in town?
I know, but everything's all sunny, and it just gets me down. It's like, oh, I have so much to eat. And look, the sun's shining again, and I'm coordinated and athletic and tall and good-looking and on TV.
Yeah, I know. You got a lot working against you, my man.
I woke up this morning, and everything, I slept
just one
too
of those
long.
days, huh?
Yeah. I wasn't feeling that well. I slept till 11.
What time did you go to bed?
My wife looked in on me. She peeked her head in, and she looked at me like she literally was like, who is that guy? She's like, hey, lump, I've been up since 6:30. It's 11. You got kids. Get up, go to work.
You said forget the kids.
That's
today.
not what she said, but that's what she looked at me with that face, and she should have. Like, what's this mushroom doing in my house?
Now, I hung out a lot with you this weekend.
Yes.
I went to breakfast with you and your family and Jimmy.
Yeah.
It was exhausting.
It was a little tiring.
With your kids?
It cost me $150, by the way.
I don't know why you feel like you have to pay. Hey, Brian, guess what? I make great money. You don't have to pay for every meal.
I know.
You don't have to pay for every meal.
I know.
But you know what? You're damn right you paid for that meal because it took forever and your kid wouldn't stop crying.
My kid wouldn't stop
I was
crying.
exhausted.
She didn't get her pancake. Hey, guess what?
Guess what? I was going to take a warm hand to your kid's face. Because someone needs to.
Well, listen, kids are exhausting. Because when they're 5.5,
they don't care, right?
They don't care about, they're not hearing it from you or anybody else. If they're hungry or tired, you better be ready they'll go off on a jag. And no matter how tough you are, what you do, be in the gym, you can't reason with a child. I mean, you can sort of, but good luck with a 2.5-year-old. My son kept taking toothpicks and throwing them on the ground and going, ah! I was like, all right, I'll pick up the toothpick.
Yeah.
Don't put the toothpick on the ground. Yeah, I'm trying to talk to him like that.
And then you and your wife went inside, and I was with your son for probably 20 minutes. I was lifting him up in the air, and that's all he wanted to do. I was sweating my ass off.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
When a mother tells you she's with her kids all day, just know that it's a full-time job. It's a full-time job.
Oh,
it
man.
seems like it's not.
Yeah, it is. It is. But if that's all I had to do, life is pretty good.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's fine, but it doesn't mean it's not difficult and tiring.
No, it's 100% a job.
And I don't know how women do it with 5 kids.
That'd be tough.
Pause.
I can't even comprehend that. I don't know, man.
Were you and Jay?
Me, my brother,
terrors, or you guys are good kids?
My brother was a terror. I was a great kid. I was just easy. No, I was just easy. I didn't care. I never really put up a fight. But we had to watch my brother because he'd always whip my ass. If you took an eye off of him, he'd try and attack me.
Yeah.
Stressful life.
Yeah, he beat you up.
Stressful life.
You had a little bit of a traumatic childhood.
Yeah.
Because of your dark cloud of a brother.
Yeah, when that damn black hamster haunts me.
Jay's got the dead eyes. Jay's got the shark eyes.
Yeah, he does.
He's always smiling with me. He's always smiling, but his eyes are saying something very different.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. He's got the black eyes. Like I can tell. Like if the circumstances call for it and they don't have to be too extreme, he'll turn.
You don't want
that smile will go to a frown.
You don't want Jay Schaub turned up. I'll tell you that right now.
Because if that smile goes to a frown, we got some issues.
There's some issues.
He's a big kid.
And I can't even stop him.
Yeah, he's not a weak kid.
He looks like a baby gorilla. Yeah. Like a real pale baby gorilla.
He's David Blaine on steroids. Yeah,
that's exactly what it looks like. David Blaine on steroids.
He does. He has a big chest. I don't think he lifts that much.
Way more sense of style. Oh, my brother lifts all the time.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, they get here on Thursday, so watch your mouth.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Your dad as well?
And my brother, oh yeah.
Your father who's full-blooded Comanche. Why doesn't he ever wear the traditional garb?
Get out of here, man.
Your dad is 100%.
Get out of here.
What is your dad? Tell me what your dad is again. Please tell me.
He's German.
German. In what part? The German colony that invaded the Comanches reservation? Your father is so clearly Native American, and I mean 100% Native American.
How about this? My friend goes, oh, I want to hook you up with, I told you this story the other day. She goes, oh, I want to hook you up with my friend. She's single. You would love her, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen, I'm good. I'm good on girls. I don't need to be hooked up. She goes, no. Do you mind if I send her a picture? I'm like, sure, I don't care. So I'm like all dressed up, right? I was doing this UFC Now show. She sends a picture of me just sitting there in my suit. She goes, I got the perfect guy for you. Sends the text. And like 10 minutes go by, and I'm like, I'm just wondering. I'm like, what'd your friend say? And she goes, here, I'll show you. I don't want to say anything. She shows me, and her first question goes, is he black? Question mark. Damn, really? I don't look black.
I would love to have that sort of amorphous, like, where is he from look. You got dark skin. You don't need any sunblock. You could be a lot of things. You were asked if you were Persian the other day when I was with you.
That's right, huh?
Yeah, you could be a lot of things, dude.
I know,
and
it's
you
cool.
are, and ready? You are a lot of things. You are a lot of things.
Hey, guess what? Guess what, Brian? If I go to prison,
Yeah.
I'll just go with whoever I want.
The only people you're not fitting in with is the white Aryans. even though you claim to hail from a long line of white Aryans, Germans and British, you're not fitting in. They'll take one look at you and be like, you, go over to your people.
Go, get out of here.
You're not here with us.
I'll get a brown pride tattoo and fit right
exactly.
in. Right.
Which isn't a bad thing.
Now let's talk about your sister's kid's B-Day party I went to. Literally the biggest house I've ever seen in my life.
You were starved. You got starved.
Starved?
You had a brownie.
No. And for the listeners out there, you tell me if I'm in the wrong here. First of all, we pull up to this house. It used to be Bing Crosby's old house.
Yeah.
Literally the biggest house I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Amazing place.
My brother-in-law made some money.
Yeah, great.
Smartest guy I know.
Yeah, I bet he is pretty smart. But when it comes to throwing a party, I wouldn't say they're that smart.
He'll starve you.
He'll starve you because they had a jumping castle, 20 kids, and a plate of brownies. I was there for 4 hours.
They had some hummus. And a couple of pieces of prosciutto.
That's it. For everyone. No food.
Enjoy.
I don't get it, man.
Look, man.
I was lightheaded, and then let's be honest here. I'm gonna throw him under the bus. The party was filled with dorks. I can't put this nice, Brian.
Listen,
I know I'm roasting your family's balls here. It wasn't your family. I met your mom, your dad. The rest of the people.
My dad's good people, right?
Straight nerds. I got no other way to put it. How about that guy's question to me? I'm sitting there. I didn't want to talk about fighting. I just want to hang out. I want to see these kids. I want to play with the kids, eat some good food. It's this giant house. You can get lost in it. Play some tennis, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Yeah. Play some tennis.
Yeah.
No, this guy comes up to me. You're a fighter, huh? Brian told me you're a fighter. Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, a lot of fights, huh? I'm like, yeah, something like that. When's the next one? Number one question I get all the time. When's the next one? I don't know, man. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Then he pauses.
And then he's like looking around. He can tell I want zero to do with him. And he goes, all your fights were in Vegas, huh? I just looked at him. You were right next to me.
First time you've ever done this. I've never heard you be rude to anybody in your life, and you literally go, man, I don't know.
Just walked off. I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
I was pissed because
you were hungry.
I couldn't fit in the jump castle. I was starving. I couldn't fit it in the jump castle, and Brian beat me in tennis.
Well,
Brian beat me in tennis. Yeah. However,
you're not going to beat me in a ball sport.
What was 8-10? So
no.
No, one of the games was 8-10.
I took it very easy.
Yeah.
And by the way, I beat you. And
I haven't played tennis in 10 years, and it was a pretty competitive game.
That's not true at all. But
it was pretty competitive. I couldn't return your serve. I'll give you that.
No,
that thing was coming in hot.
I don't think you'd get a point off me. Here's the thing.
Well, I scored 8 points, so that's kind of weird. I don't know how you count it where you're from.
I'm not gonna blow you out when you haven't had any food. It's not fair. You're already irritable.
Well, my foot was messing with me too.
And you had bad plantar fasciitis.
Oh, it's bad. That did not help.
I was
either.
like, what's with the giant limper?
I know. And no food. Stupid ass questions. And hey, Brian, I'm not coming over there anymore.
For the toughest guy, one of the toughest people on the planet, and you are, and you can beat up like most everybody.
Yeah,
you're a big fat baby when you haven't had sleep or food.
Oh, if I get under 8 hours, don't hang out with me.
You are a big
under
fat
8 hours,
baby.
no food.
And by the way, I mean
Grumpy.
Johnny Griper, literally like looking over at me going, I'm lightheaded, man. I was like, I'm driving. I'm like, oh, yeah. Then like 10 minutes later, starving. I'm like, 5 minutes later, I'm lightheaded. Yeah, he said that already. Said it already. I know, bro.
I want people to know, man.
I mean,
I was literally about to pass out. And then you feed me freaking
I know you're a heavyweight. Everybody else in the
Thanks,
UFC.
Brian. I was lightheaded. Now I'm shitting my pants because you fed me Indian food.
Well,
That's exactly what I
Jimmy
wanted.
Burke is in the room right now. Jimmy Burke, and this is not a lie. Jimmy Burke's in the room right now. And he was in the room. I came into my own house, and I walked from the living room to the kitchen, and I went, wow, the dog obviously shat the couch.
The dog with cancer shit its
The dog
pants.
shat the house, not even like an area. Because I went, there's a sewer pipe open, something. So I go back out. Then I come back. I go outside, and I go, I don't even want to deal with that. I come back 5 minutes later. It's just as thick and heavy, and I go, oh, there's shit
like
somewhere.
Smog.
Well, you know when there's shit.
When there's shit
somewhere in
on the
house.
ground, you assumed your dog with cancer shit all over the place.
Yeah, or burglars came in and decided to,
really
poo in my
really
house.
stick it to you,
Yeah,
steal your stuff, and then
they
shit
do
on
that,
the way
they do
out.
that sometimes.
Yeah, because that's common. That's super
Very common.
Yeah.
So I look at Jimmy. I go, dude, I smell poo, and he goes, you know what, dude? I do too. And I look at him. I go, why? He goes, because I farted, dude. And I went, yeah, but you have to get your insides checked, because if you're breaking ass and it smells like an open grave for that long, then you're either eating shit because it smells.
No, Brian, you fed him that damn Indian food, the same crap I ate.
Look, I'm gonna quote.
It's not good.
I'm gonna quote
Indian food off Venice Boulevard's not good.
You know what? It was the Indian food. He couldn't take it, and
I couldn't take it. I didn't feel
I'm going to
good.
quote Jeff Ross, and this is a joke, but it smelled like my crap took a crap.
Oh,
all right,
man.
And
Not good.
So I was like, "Are you eating poo and then poo and then is that a poo fart?"
Ugh,
That was the worst.
not fun.
Yeah.
And then you guys-
sorry about the Indian food, because then I stuffed you full of Indian food. And by the way, you left halfway through the fights. You were just not feeling well, and I
was just super lightheaded.
Somebody
man.
goes, "Where's he going?" I go, "I don't know." You just literally got up, hung your head.
Well,
and
no,
left.
because the right. This is the thing. We go over our friend Dove's house. A person who was there has an opinion on every single fighter and fight. Geez, I call every move, guys. Hey, I got this guy. Hey, I got this guy. Yeah, the odds are 3-1. Congrats, you picked the winner. He was a 3-1 favorite.
He's pretty
you
good,
picked
though.
the winner.
He's pretty good at it.
I've seen better. Guess what? I could pick every single fight too.
Is that right?
Yes. But guess what? I want to sit there and watch the fight.
You hate watching fights with all of us non-fighters, because all of us are piping in, and I can see you just sitting there.
Listen, especially when there's two heavyweights, and I get word that I might have to fight the winner.
Well, I'd like to talk about that.
We can talk about it, but I want to talk about this damn party. That's why I left. One, I was stressed out because I'm trying to watch the fight. Everyone has an opinion. Oh, he should do this. Oh, he should do that. You haven't fought in 10 years. Let's pipe down. It's a different game, my man.
It's a different game.
I know he's your boy.
Yeah.
I know he's your boy. I love the guy.
Yeah.
But when it comes to two fighters fighting, especially if I have to fight one, I don't want an opinion.
Yeah.
And everyone had an opinion,
Everybody has
man.
an opinion. But
And that's also
how guys
why,
are.
That's also why I canceled watching the Super Bowl with you.
That's really.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't handle it, man. You guys just don't shut the beep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, man.
And
So that's why I left early.
We have a lot of questions for you too.
So I went
There's nowhere
home.
to sit.
So I went home and paid for the full pay-per-view to watch the last two fights. How about that? I went out so bad. I went home and paid $60 to watch the last two fights in peace and quiet. I drank coffee and I watched the last two
That's
fights.
how he will make up an
and text my manager about
He'll
potential
lie
fights.
about being out of town. I'm like, well, I just
Oh,
saw
yeah.
you. He's like, no, dude, I'm in
Atlanta,
Vegas.
bro.
I'm like, well, I just saw you 3 hours ago. You don't have to lie to me. I got to train at 4 a.m. By the way, woke up at
You
7.
thought I was lying because Friday night we were hanging out.
I can't believe
And I
it.
go, bro, I got to be up at 6 a.m. I got to train with Machida. When Machida asked you to come help him
Right.
for his Musasi fight, I'll
Well,
go
when the
help him.
samurai, of course, the samurai wakes up that early.
Oh, dude, he's one of the nicest guys.
But
He
for
helped me
you-
out tremendously, so I owe him, right?
Yeah.
So he goes, hey, man, I'm training Saturday morning. I need you there at 6:30 a.m.
It's not going to happen. I could have told him that Shab will be an hour late.
Well, I was there at 7. I got there at 7.
I don't believe that. I think you're lying.
7-ish, 7-ish.
You got there at 7:30.
The party starts when I get there, and we
you
got
go.
in great training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard though to train that early in the
It's
morning.
not. It's hard. I was fine once I was there. It's after, and I was like, dang, I feel good. I think I'm starting getting up every morning at this time. And about 11 o'clock rolled around, and I shut down.
You shut down,
Went home,
though.
took a nap.
Took a nap.
And I felt great.
Yeah.
Then I hung out with you knuckleheads.
I want to look.
You want to talk about the fights?
Well-
it is the fighter and the kid. It's the fighter and the dark kid. Can I call you the Dark Knight today?
I got a little
dark
touch of the
kid.
black dog. Yeah, I'm a little cloudy.
It's because your dog has cancer.
My voice. No.
Oh, what are you going to do with that, by the way?
Got to put her down.
You want me to choke her out, put her down
I would.
peacefully?
It saved me money.
Cost you zero money. We'll bury her in the backyard.
It's actually probably a painless way to go, but I'm gonna.
I'm not going to do that. I'm kidding. I could never do that.
She's a good girl. She had a great life. Here's how I look at it. She's a great dog, but there's a dog in jail waiting for me to adopt her. So
100%.
So that's why I don't get sad. There's a dog in jail waiting
you
for
should
me
be
to
a
come
little
along.
sad. You should be a
Yeah, I'm
little
sad. But there's a dog that's waiting in jail.
let's
I'm
not
going
downplay
to go adopt another dog and give it a great home.
For sure, but let's not downplay this. Your dog gets cancer.
Yeah.
Sad.
That's a shitty disease.
Yeah, it's not good, Brian.
Hey, Brian, way to come up with obvious things to say. Hey, cancer's terrible. Listen, I don't want you to stand with Overeem. Can I just say it out loud?
Oh, you want to talk about the fights now? Are we talking about
Well,
fights
it's the fight
finally?
or the kids. I mean, this is a podcast. We've been nonsensical.
Well, I'm trying to figure out the dog and your kid here. I told you to replace the dog with a puppy, and they will forget about this dog with one
I got a lot
cancer.
of tweets about this.
And what they say?
I thank
Did they
you for
say
your
don't
tweets.
listen to Brendan?
Yes, and I'm gonna have to say, look, it's time for the dog to die.
No,
And
man.
And then I'm gonna say, we're all gonna die someday. No, I'm not gonna say
Wow.
that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna introduce her to the concept of death. She's got
Bad
it.
idea.
She already dealt with it with her salamander, and now she's going to deal with it with her dog. But
Yeah, great, Brian. I saw her eating pancakes with her hands on Saturday, and you're going to talk to her about death.
Well, we don't believe in manners. Now, can we talk about the fights? Or are you avoiding? You know what? You're avoiding. Wow, you're avoiding
I'm not avoiding
the conversation.
I'm not
of
avoiding
Overeem.
anything. Over ring or over ream?
Overeem. Are you going to stand with him?
Wait, are you assuming I'm going to get the fight with him?
Well, I hope you get to fight with him because
Me too.
He's very, very. Look, he needed that win.
Need?
He was so.
Need?
Yeah, he was so conservative.
Him or Frank Mir needed to win the worst I've ever seen in my life. I will say this: that I will back over him up here, and then won't ever do it again in my life. The way he fought, very safe, and didn't go for the kill, is what you get when a guy's on a losing streak and it is in a dire position to win. Because if he loses that fight, what's he making? 500, 1,000 a fight guaranteed. If he loses that fight, that all goes out the window.
Yeah.
And I know people out there are going to hate on him, say, "Oh, he didn't pull the trigger. He didn't go for blood." I've been in his situation. I've been in his exact situation. Not as bad, but I've been in his exact situation when I fought LeVar Johnson.
Yeah.
And listen, LeVar had no grappling. His only threat was on the feet. And I thought, man, I love being in the UFC. I'm going to retire a UFC Hall of Famer. That's the goal here, retire with the belt. If I lose this fight, that's not going to happen.
That's
I'm going to win however the hell I can. I don't care if you boo me. I don't care if Dana White hates me after this fight. I have got to win by all means necessary.
Yeah.
And that's what you get with that. Granted, I realize it was a super boring fight with LeVar Johnson. Alistair Overeem's fight was super boring. He played it so safe, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Frank Mir was a walking heavy bag. You could have done whatever you wanted to. You could have literally done whatever you wanted to, and Frank Mir was just there. And for you know this. I love Frank Mir. I idolize Frank Mir. It sucks, man.
Frank Mir's a legend. He's it's funny. He's 34, which seems young.
I've told you this before. It depends when you start.
Yeah.
He has a lot of miles on him.
Yeah.
Because a 34-year-old Frank Mir is different than a 32-year-old Lyoto Machida.
It's so weird.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just depends how many fights you've had.
And so much of that is Lyoto Machida spends a lot of time not getting hit. Frank has spent
Their styles, exactly.
Frank
Their
has
styles.
spent his career getting just pounded.
Well, I don't know if it's pounding, but just you got to think about training, all this stuff. That's 4 in a row for Frank, and this is the thing. People are going to say, "Well, he's lost the very best in the world." When I can't compete with the very best in the world, I'm done.
It's time to go.
It's time to go. Because what's next for Frank Mir? Think of a matchup. What would be next for Frank Mir? You give him some up and comer, some guy we've never heard of. You give him what do you do? What do you do?
Look, I've seen him get handled.
He's put on great fights too, though. You've seen him win more than he's lost. Don't get it twisted.
Look, we love Frank Mir. I
love him. Yes.
He's a man. He's awesome.
You know, I love him.
I got nothing.
And this is one. And it's literally when he fought Brock Lesnar, I hated the fact that Brock was getting so much hype. I could not stand it how much hype he was getting when he first came to the UFC.
Yeah.
And everyone thought he was just going to come in and steamroll over Frank Mir. And Frank Mir put him in that leg lock submission. First of all, I wish people could understand how hard it is to pull off a leg lock submission like that. It is damn near impossible at that level to do it. And then you do it against basically a 300-pound Brock Lesnar as the main event.
His jiu-jitsu is world class.
That's my favorite. I'll tell you this now. That's my favorite fight of all time in the UFC.
Really? He almost
it
had
meant so much to me. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, because it's a highly.
I felt like it was disrespectful.
move.
I felt like it was disrespectful for Brock Lesnar to come from the WWE right into the UFC and just get thrown and being the baddest man in the world. He kept playing the baddest man in the world.
Did you know?
Guess
did
what?
You guys know?
I've seen the baddest man in the world turn his back when he gets punched in the face. The baddest man in the world doesn't do that. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, did you guys know, because you were Shane Carwin's training partner for that fight against Brock, and unfortunately he gassed.
I fought on the same card. I fought Brock's best friend.
Right, but
Chris
did you guys were you guys all in the know about Brock being more hype than actual? I mean, he's a great wrestler, very, very strong.
Brock's not. The thing is, Brock's not all hype. Granted, he didn't ask for all this attention.
Yeah,
which you got to understand. He didn't ask.
But
for
his
this.
hands,
he
I'm saying, his boxing, his boxing,
yes, is horrible. His boxing striking is horrible.
So none of you guys knew necessarily that he would clam up when he got punched in the face, though.
No, because Shane punched the crap out of him a bunch of times, and they just didn't stop the fight.
Right.
But you got to realize, Lesnar, I think he was 5-4 in the UFC, or can we look that up, DJ? He might be 5-3 in the UFC, or maybe 4-3. His record maybe 4-3, but he got launched in the limelight right away. So you got to respect that.
Yeah.
I just, as a fighter and grinding out every day, and I've heard about his training camps, how he trains only like 2 or 3 times a week.
Really,
it's disrespectful, man. That's what I've heard. So,
do you think that Frank Mir will now retire or be cut, or is he still too big a name?
Listen, in the heavyweight division, there's only about 10 guys who could deliver your pizza and you'd recognize them. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I think, but Frank Mir gets paid a lot of money. He gets a pay-per-view percentage.
I mean, I can't.
You can't cut a guy.
The guy's been fighting since 2001
in the UFC at the highest level, man.
I can't believe that.
This is my
huge accomplishment.
You don't cut a guy like that. You don't cut the Jerry Rice of the UFC.
Yeah.
5-3, right? 5-3. Yeah, I was right the first time. You don't cut a guy like Frank Mir. He's basically like the Jerry Rice for us, right? You give him the option. Dana White, and Dana White is very respectful. He'll do this. I think they should call him up and be like, Frank, we got to make some changes, my man.
Yeah.
We're not going to cut you, but I think this is what you should do. You can listen to me. And
what would you tell him to do?
That's the worst looking Frank Mir I've ever seen. I do not want to see him lose. But he's also fighting some monsters. I don't know. Is he gonna be champion again? No, never. Not a chance. So yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what his financial situation is like either. I would assume it's good. Hopefully, he didn't pull a Chris Lieben and never pay taxes. Let's talk about that for 1 second, then we get back to the fight.
Yeah.
If you're Chris Lieben and you're not paying any taxes, who's his management? Does anyone know who he's with? His management should be banned from the UFC for life.
But see, Brennan,
he's the athlete.
It doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't
in any way that Chris Lieben didn't pay taxes. I mean, he's not a guy who's been very careful in his life. He's had his.
That's why you surround yourself, people.
Guys like
listen,
that,
I want to go buy a Ferrari right now. I got someone in my ear. If I got people holding my money, we're like, "Shot, ain't happening. You got to do this with your money."
His managers and his accountants are not going to stop a guy like that from self-destructive behavior.
Taxes, taxes.
Well,
granted, he was also addicted to painkillers.
There's a lot of things that he was wrestling with, and you're not going to.
You don't wrestle with the U.S. government. There's no wrestling.
Well, look, I mean, how many people have been? This is Manny Pacquiao, I believe, owes $20 million.
Sweet, Manny Pacquiao's going to fight once. He makes $50 million.
But
bam,
he's got to make $40 million to pay that back.
He'll make $53 million. He's fine. Chris Lieben's done, and Chris Lieben didn't make that much money fighting.
I know. This is very common with athletes.
Sucks.
It's very common with athletes.
Makes me sad.
If you want a list of athletes who have had tax troubles, man, you better.
Oh, watch going for broke on 30 for 30.
It's crazy.
It will. You want to be depressed, Brian?
I know.
Watch that.
I know.
I can't even make it through
because it's hard to realize how much you're spending because your money goes in 40s and 50s. It doesn't seem like much. $50 here, $60 here, $110 here. You're the man. You're paying for everything. It goes. It goes. It goes.
It's also with guys. Look at freaking Nicolas Cage has the same problem. Well, he's buying castles. He's
buying castles.
Chris Lieben's just trying to freaking buy a nice little place in San Diego and drive a freaking a Toyota Tundra. And he can't do that. He's dead. I'm assuming that since he didn't pay taxes, he's dead broke. Is that what we're hearing?
Listen, who knows?
He's dead broke.
Well, if you're not paying taxes, you're gonna be.
Look, Chris Lieben and all.
You know who I heard his mentor was? Wesley Snipes. That's what I heard. Wesley Snipes was directing him. That's what I heard.
Is that his accountant? Yeah. Wesley Snipes was his accountant?
Yeah, I think he was calling
Chris, you can't have Wesley Snipes as your accountant.
Listen, if Wesley Snipes is your accountant and he gives you a pager, one, you should be a little wary because you have a pager. Two, if that's the only way to talk with Wesley Snipes, you should definitely be a little wary. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to say
It makes me sad,
I'm
man.
going to say this. When you see Chris Lieben's fighting style, which is to walk straight at a guy.
It's reckless.
And take a reckless
The
beating,
game passed him up.
it's not surprising to me that he's in tax trouble.
Hold on, Brian. Are you saying you can tell a guy's financial state by the way he fights?
Yes, I can.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
There, I said it.
impressive.
I think the way
Jeez.
I actually think the way you fight sometimes, or the way you play sport,
Is life?
can, yes, and I think when you have tendencies, part of what I love about fighting on guys on your level that I really appreciate, and I think you would back me up on this, is that if you
Right now
have,
I'm not backing you
if
up,
you have
but-
a personality flaw, which is you fly into rages, or when you're losing, you go for broke and you get reckless. To get to the level that you're at and where you guys are at, you have to overcome those kinds of. You have to overcome your emotions. You have to be
True.
in command of your mental and emotional state.
Well, if you don't, it's professional sports. Someone's gonna come
Well,
behind
that's
you
why
and
every
take
time
your
I tell
spot.
you, that's why every time we talk and I say that guy's a really good athlete, you say to me, really? How many fights he had in the UFC? How long has he been a pro? It's a whole different game.
Different game.
And you know that. Whenever people say, well, he's a really good football player, you immediately go, did he play in the NFL? Because that's where you can start. And if he didn't make and there are a lot of great athletes that didn't get, because they had to take they have to take a veteran's place. But as you know, there are some questions you can ask, and you can settle that debate right quick.
100%, really quick.
And so much of what separates a great athlete from a guy who plays a professional sport is mental, the ability
stability.
to command.
No, it's stability.
Stability.
You should be in a straight line. Because in the UFC, the highs, I promise you, in all professional sports, there's no higher high than winning a UFC fight on the main card on the big stage. There's no higher high in sports. Lows, you want to talk about low?
Yeah.
There's no lower low.
Getting beaten.
I guarantee you the Denver Broncos are not as depressed as a big-time fighter losing a fight in the UFC because we put way more into it.
Being naked, alone, and getting knocked out and waking up in
however you
Yeah.
lose, there's no lower low. Because guess what? The Broncos are going to go home. They have all this money in the bank.
Yeah.
They're pretty secure. You know, they signed these 6-year contracts.
Yeah.
And guess what? OTAs will start in 3 months. Then let's try it again. Let's go do it again, man. Let's
I
try
like
this
what
again.
you said about. I thought it was really interesting when I said, "What would you have done differently to prepare for your MMA career if you could go back to high school?" And you said nothing because
You said would I wrestle or would I start jiu-jitsu in ninth grade?
and you
or something?
said no.
I said nothing
because football, and especially football on the level you did, taught you how to compete on a very high level,
the highest level.
and then making it through the combines and actually making it on an NFL team. What you had to go through and go for broke has helped you as a competitor.
Well, yeah, it's just shown me what a work ethic will do, and just mentally tough. To be in the UFC, you have to be so damn mentally tough. It's not even funny. There's no other sport like in the world.
Are
Your
you
mental
more
state-
afraid to fight Alistair Overeem or Travis Brown?
Neither.
I want to know who you think you have a better chance of beating. And I know you're
Both.
going to say both, which I
Both.
appreciate. Who's the tougher opponent for you?
They're both completely different. I'll see Travis Brown. This is the reason Travis Brown's tough right now. And that we talked about your mental state. Travis Brown believes in himself right now because he's knocked out basically 3 heavy-handed vets in a row. So he's very high on himself right now, and that's tough to deal with, man.
Yeah.
I'm very high on myself right now. Mm-hmm. You know, I've won 6 out of the last 8. I'm high on myself. He's high on himself. Alistair Overeem, I think you question where his mental state is
Because he can be broken.
He can be broken. There's not a man in this world, Cain Velasquez, no one that can break me. I guarantee you that. And that's from the toughness, like it came from football, and then first day in the gym with Shane Carwin, getting beat up every day.
Yeah, that's
where that comes from.
That's iron sharpening iron.
So if the UFC calls me today and there's a chance and I get Alistair Overeem, I would love that fight, high profile fight. I will punch him directly in the face, and we will find out how tough he is. And I promise you, we will see Alistair Overeem break.
When you're watching him and his footwork and his you're not. Are you confused by what he's doing, or do you see what he's doing?
No, listen, when he fought Frank Mir, if he did that same game plan against me, he's going to get destroyed. You're not going to be able to just plot and walk forward and do whatever you want. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're fighting a different animal. I'm not going to be there to receive the damage.
Including with his kicks. You're going to be.
Yeah, bring it, man. Bring it.
Yeah,
what
what about on the ground? Frank almost had him in a guillotine.
Frank did almost have him in a guillotine.
I
I'm
was
surprised
like, wow.
he got out of that.
How did he get out of that?
He must not have had it as deep as we thought, and he just kind of pulled out of it. I think, I think Alistair's ground game's underrated for sure. He's tough on the ground.
Well, he also looks impossibly strong.
I guess, he looked a little leaner this time.
He also looked not gassed at all. He looked in way better shape.
Listen, I could punch a heavy. I could punch a heavy bag for 60 minutes straight and not breathe hard. And that's basically what his fight was. He was the only time he ever was in trouble when Frank Mir shot that double against the cage, took him down. That might be when his heart rate raised a little bit, but other than that. And then how about this? Then he gets on the mic, and I'm like, this should be good. He's going to call out Junior Dos Santos. I was thinking maybe he calls out Junior Santos.
He calls a guy who's not even
maybe he's going to call out me. Who knows? Maybe he's going to call out a legit contender. He's going to call out me and get that ass whooped. No. He goes, I heard Brock Lesnar's looking for a fight. Let's do this. Literally, the entire arena shuts down. Everyone goes, what the hell? I think there's a language barrier here. Check it, man. You already fought Brock Lesnar.
You beat
him easily.
With a liver kick.
You don't call him back out. We don't even know if he's coming back to the UFC. No one wants to see you fight him.
Boring.
You might as well call out Bret the Hitman Hart. We would have got some more
and
things.
It was funny. The crowd kind of went, what? What did he say?
Even Rogan went, give me the mic, dumbass, and then took it from him. No one wants to see that fight. Yeah. That was horrible. Whoever's managing him and told him to say that, maybe that's the problem. Maybe surrounded by yes men, he's like, yeah, I think I should call out Brock again. Everyone's like, yeah, hell yeah. Call out Brock again, man. Yeah. That was sweet. That wasn't even a fight. You kicked him right in the liver and he got all scared and fell to the ground, act like he got hit hard.
Best pound for pound fighters, period, Rener Barão and Jose Aldo. Same camp, trained together.
Yeah.
I don't know who beats those guys. And here's my question.
Aldo's going to 55.
He's going to 55. You believe he'll wear the belt at 55?
Yeah, for a while.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
He just offers too much, I think.
So I'd like to see that fight with Pettis and him.
I think Pettis is a better matchup for Aldo, and then after that, I think Benson. It's about matchups. I know people are gonna say, "Oh, Pettis beat Henson," and stuff like that, Ben. But I think Ben's a tougher fight for Aldo than Anthony
because
Pettis.
Ben is just
because Anthony's going to want to sit there and strike with him, and Pettis doesn't have the same power Aldo has. Aldo has that.
Is that right?
Nasty leg kick. He's just powerful. It's just
he's such an athlete.
Pettis is going to play that game. You don't want to play that game with him. You don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't.
Here's a question for you, Brian. If you're Uriah Faber, the UFC is like, dear God, can you please win the title for us?
Yeah.
Can you what do we got to do? What do we have to do to get this kid the title?
I think that Uriah Faber is the best fighter he could ever be.
I agree.
But he just has physical limitations against guys like Rener Barão, who has much longer arms, and there's just a limit to what that Superman, that little,
People said
that
it was
mighty
an early
Superman.
stoppage, huh?
He's an
early stoppage.
He's
what do you guys
Mouse.
think? Early? Everyone thinks it's early.
He gave the thumbs up. I just think that Rener Barão had demonstrated that.
I don't think it would matter. I don't think it mattered.
Rener Barão he's just a phenomenal. He's a phenom. You're fighting a phenom in there.
He's our Mayweather.
And Uriah Faber is a phenom. He's still Mighty Mouse. He still has a limit to his.
Don't call him Mighty Mouse. Well, we already have a Mighty Mouse.
His arms.
It's confusing.
His arms is. He's not going to fight Rener. Rener Barão is a different. Isn't
it weird? It's matchups. If anyone else was champ or Barão was coming up, Uriah would be our champ right now.
Yeah.
It's about when you're there and matchups and timing. It's so weird, man.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, you're talking about. I mean, Uriah Faber had to fight in many ways. Besides, the Spider, he's fighting in the way you can make the argument for the best ever in the UFC. And Rener Barão he's up there in the top 3 guys you talk about.
I agree.
I
mean, he still has some work to do to be considered the best ever. That's
no, but I mean, 38 in a row. I don't think he's lost.
34, 34.
Yeah, you're talking about. I mean, what more do you?
34 in a row. I wish people could understand how difficult that is. That's like
you're fighting real fighters, guys who are.
Especially at his weight class, even his the lower level fights in Brazil. That'd be like an NFL team going undefeated for 3 seasons, basically.
But how does it?
Because there's so many ways to lose in MMA.
But how does a guy like that? I need to know, and you may not know the answer to this. How does a guy like that train? How's a guy like that train? Why is he able? What is the secret? Why is besides the fact that he's athletic and stuff? I mean, what makes a guy like that so dominant? I mean, we can talk about footwork. We can talk about boxing.
Well, we can talk about his skills, but I think he puts it together better than anyone. He comes from a crazy camp, and he also has a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
You just now start talking Barão. You're just now, and when I say you're, I mean the media.
Yeah.
Everyone now is just talking about this guy. He's won 34 fights in a row.
God.
You're telling me you're not going to have a chip on your shoulder? Listen, I have a chip. From football, I have a chip on my shoulder. Listen, I have a chip on my shoulder when they mention opponents for Overeem or Stipe, and my name doesn't get brought up. It drives me nuts.
I bet.
Let alone Barrow, who's doing work. The guy hasn't lost him forever. He should. They're
still talking about Dominic Cruz.
Yes, exactly. They're talking about what's wrong with Dominic Cruz's knee. Well, Barrow's over here like, bro. He should. Girls should be carrying him and feeding him grapes. That's how good this guy is.
I agree.
He should be. He needs a little bit of personality of Mayweather, where he's just showing us $10 million bets on Instagram.
Yeah.
Girls flapping their cheeks.
It's a language
you know
barrier. It's a language barrier, etc. I mean, he's.
I don't know if he's that big in Brazil.
What about
you got Lyoto? You got Vitor?
Yeah.
You got Aldo? You got Nogueira? I mean, come on, man.
What do you?
He's not even in the top 5 as most famous, but he should be.
What about him and Dominic Cruz?
What about
that
him?
matchup?
Dominic Cruz is done for.
I know, but say his knees come back and all that.
It's just Brow's time. And
yeah.
He's fighting. Listen, let's say Dominic Cruz, did he announce retirement or no? They're just taking the belt away from him. He's getting his knee and everything, his groin done now. So let's say he doesn't fight till 2015 now. Then he hasn't fought in 3 years.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, sweet, you ready, man? Here's Barrow. God. You haven't been there in 3 years.
No, that's not what
do
you
you
want.
think's going to happen?
You don't want to.
Can we get him a warm-up fight?
Yeah.
Can we invite people to the gym and act like it's the UFC and get some guy in there? I don't know what to do.
But by the way, one of the markers of GSP's greatness, I remember, was that he comes back after more than a year, and they throw him in with
People don't realize how hard that is.
Oh my God!
Because in the NFL, if I want to duplicate game speed, I can do it.
Yeah.
I can get the number one defense with my number one offense, and we go live on live.
Yeah.
In the UFC, I can't go live on live heavyweight versus heavyweight. If you give me Alistair Overeem and I bring in a K1 champ, me and this K1 champ can't spar for reals.
Right.
Someone's going to get jacked up.
Right.
So it's never that same feeling.
No.
Plus, there's not 15,000 people. If we're fighting Toronto, there's not 60,000 people watching your every move.
My God.
With cameras in your face.
He got thrown right in with Carlos Condit. By the way, have a good time off, being off. Good. Here's Carlos Condit.
I know, man.
Killer.
And then he beats the brakes off him.
And beats the brakes off him.
And it's amazing.
That guy, that's why he will always go. I don't care what people say. He will always, he's just the great one in many ways. I mean, one of the greatest.
You got that?
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. In case you guys want to know, GSP was great. I was trying to come up with a good word. The great one is Wayne Gretzky.
Stanley over
the great one is Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky, he was good. The old Wayne Gretzky, hell of a bowler.
Do we talk about the fights coming up now?
No, I think we save it. We got Machida Musasi coming up on the 15th. We got some time.
I know how you feel about that.
I mean, we'll get into it next week, I'm sure. But if we're getting into it early, Musasi's he's a slow starter. He doesn't really expel any energy. And Machida, he's not going to let Musasi set the pace, because when you set a slow pace, then you're getting blasted with left hands and these kicks, and you just can't walk forward on Machida. But it's a good fight for Machida.
I really liked.
And it's in Brazil too.
I want to go back to when Alistair Overeem was like, "Well, listen, I know Frank Mir sometimes can feign exhaustion and then just surprise you."
Yeah,
that's a cool technique.
I don't know if he's ever faking exhaustion. I don't know what. Again, is there a translation problem here? Fakes exhaustion? Yeah. I've never seen Frank. And like I said, Frank Mir's one of my favorite fighters. I wouldn't know if the guy fakes. No one's faking like they're tired.
Right.
There's no faking in there. Right. That's the last thing that goes through your mind. Where I'm going to act like I'm tired, so this guy turns up the heat on me.
Right.
No one's doing that.
Right.
Overeem just, I don't know. On the mic, he's not the best interview. There's a reason his sponsors aren't great. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's true. Can we talk a little bit? Did you watch any post-game talk? And did
about the Super Bowl?
Did Peyton Manning have anything to say about his performance?
I have no idea. Here's my thing. You're going to jump all over me for this.
Yeah.
Listeners out there, back me up here, especially the Tim Tebow fan club. I guarantee you, Brian, if Tim Tebow... No, just let me say this.
I mean,
let me say this.
I'm already having trouble.
Let me say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I guarantee you...
Your boyfriend.
No, listen. If Tim Tebow was the starting quarterback of the Denver Broncos, I would bet my entire life savings on it. They would not have lost 48-8.
You are...
43-8 was the final score.
So Tim Tebow would be your replacement for... Peyton Manning.
Guess who
in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Hey, guess who shows up during big games? Tim Tebow. Guess who doesn't? Peyton Manning.
Come over here. I need him. Come over here. You're a football fan. Come.
I'm here.
They can't hear you. You got to come over here for a sec. He's a student of the game. Yeah, he is. Now, Jim, you've been watching football your whole life.
My
This is
whole
my
life.
best friend, Jimmy Burke, Prince of New York. And I brought him in for this because I knew you'd probably. So Tim Tebow.
First of all, well, we'll get back to this. I lost $3,000 on the game. Let's
Yeah.
put that out.
Yeah.
I bet $3,000 on the Denver Broncos and lost all my money.
Well done.
So it's a touchy subject.
Yeah.
Very touchy.
Hey, Broncos, thanks for showing up. Why even get off the plane if you're going to play like a bunch of bitches?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Brendan?
Peyton Manning, you owe me $3,000. And the
Brendan.
juice is running. You think you have neck problems now? You think let me
Brendan.
catch you in Denver. You owe me $3,000. I'm
Brendan.
gonna twist your neck off.
No, you can't twist his neck
I'm gonna
off.
put you in ankle lock.
Brendan, that's outrageous.
Champ Bailey. Hey, Champ, I'm calling all of them out. Champ Bailey, I'm gonna put you in ankle lock.
These guys are national treasures.
I know. Darius Thomas, watch your arms, bro.
You know what's
Watch your
funny?
arms.
You can actually-
Kamara coming your way.
You could beat the whole team up.
Easily, yes. Not all at once. One-on-one, I've
It's kind of cool when
destroyed.
you can
Yeah,
beat
that
up the whole team.
that's scary.
What
That's
do you
why I
think-
can talk like this,
Give
because
me
they can't
Tim
do
Tebow's a
anything.
good man.
Especially Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
But why is he's all over Tim Tebow? I don't understand. Talk to the mic.
He's one of the winningest quarterbacks of all time. That's whatever.
Yeah, no, I think the point that Brendan is making is that the Seattle Seahawk defense was perfectly game planned against Peyton. And so, because they were able to get heat on him and him as he was throwing and put him on his back a little bit.
Because you know what he's going to do.
So,
there's no
exactly.
there's nothing. We don't know what Peyton Manning's going to do. 3-step drop, 7-step drop. I'm going to throw to one of these badass receivers.
Right. And they got great DBs, so they got
Great
lockdown
D-line.
guys,
Yep.
so that you can send guys after them. So when you have lockdown DBs like that, it allows you to be more aggressive going after the quarterback. It's just a fact. I mean,
And this is the thing: when you have lockdown DBs like that, and they're dropping back into coverage, you can run. But not if you're Peyton Manning and you run a 5.6 40.
yeah.
Then you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, the only thing, and I know exactly what you're saying. The only reason I wouldn't agree with you on that, Brennan, besides the fact you might smack the shit out of me, is that I think that they would just game plan for
A running quarterback?
For a running quarterback.
I'm with you. Then Tim throws it up top like he did against the Pittsburgh Steelers when we won our first playoff game.
Yeah, I remember.
And the AFC West.
I remember that. I think that came as a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
them.
And guess
I don't
who
think
throws ducks?
Yeah.
Tell me this. Tell me we were watching the game yesterday. Peyton Manning straight up misses guys, throws over their head, throws interceptions,
It was
throws
very
ducks.
uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
It was very
No,
strange.
he's done that before in big games. It's kind of his thing. So check it out. He's throwing ducks. He does all his thing. No one says shit about Peyton Manning's throwing mechanics or his throwing any of that. Tim misses one throw, and you got Trent Dilfer. You got everyone on there being like,
hey, dude,
God, Tim needs to work on his throwing.
Peyton Manning's throwing mechanics are perfect. He's one of the greatest of all time.
They're perfect?
Tim Tebow's throwing mechanics are not, by his own admission, I'm sure. And I don't want to hear you talk about Peyton Manning's throwing mechanics.
Easy, Brian.
Because I will.
Easy.
I'll take a warm foot to your
easy.
face.
Brian, sit down.
You see
Sit
my
down,
wheel
Brian,
kick.
sit down. I have
Not
to ask
gonna
you
Sit down, Brian.
Not
I have
gonna
to ask you, so why are you
Sit
not
down,
up?
Brian.
Why
Because
are
I'll
you
fight
getting
this
up?
guy right now if he talks about Peyton Manning's throwing mechanics. My feet are very, very light right now
Very
and
nimble.
very hard.
Very-
And you're having a bad day.
Yeah.
And
You want
I
your
gotta
day to
touch
get
the black
worse?
dog.
You want your day to get worse?
Yeah.
Keep talking trash about Tim Tebow.
Wow.
Listen, I'm not talking
Wow.
trash about Tim Tebow. Don't ever mention him in the same sentence as Peyton Manning again.
I'm just saying, and who I would love to hear.
He's talking matchup.
I'd
He's talking
love
matchup.
to hear it. I promise you this: the Broncos would have not lost that bad if they had Tim Tebow at
The
quarterback.
Broncos wouldn't have been in the
No, I have to
Super Bowl.
disagree. I have to
They wouldn't have been in the
disagree.
Super Bowl if Tim Tebow was their
Exactly. They
quarterback.
wouldn't have been there. Yeah, they wouldn't
So
have been there.
let's
Yeah.
calm down.
Yeah.
I need you to calm down.
Now, where'd you guys
I
watch?
love that you
he's-
defend your
hey,
boy.
Listen, he's $3,000 lighter in his
Sure,
wallet
but he
right
also-
now.
I love
he
Brendan.
has to go after
He'll defend his
someone.
boy. He loves Tim. Tim's a great guy. Nothing. I've never heard anything bad about him. He will defend his
And a hell of
friend
a
to the
football
end.
player.
Yeah, he is.
Hell of a football player.
And the best commercial on the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me?
Great
The
commercial.
T-Mobile
It was a
commercials
good-
were
good
great,
commercial.
right?
Yeah,
Great
they were
commercial.
great.
I love that because people don't know this about Tim. He's funny like us. He's super goofy, funny. No one gets to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's good.
He's funny like us.
Like us.
It's us. Never heard anybody mess that word up.
It's a Cajun accent.
Are you from the us? Are you from the us? The us. I'm from the us.
We're now. I was supposed to watch the Super Bowl with you guys, and I canceled on both you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be around your Hollywood friends that won't shut the hell up about football and fighting.
There were no fans.
Actually,
at
it
that
wasn't
game.
bad, and I didn't blame you for that because I knew you had to concentrate on the game.
Yeah.
you had to concentrate, and I didn't have a problem with it. I told Brian, he's like, Where's Brendan? I go, dude. He doesn't want to put up with our shit. He doesn't want to be around people, be around sushi and bullshit. He wants to concentrate on the game.
Especially when you got $3,000 on
football
it.
player who needs the he's got $3,000. He doesn't want to hear it.
Could there have been a worse start to a football game if you got $3,000 on it?
Well, how about the second half?
Head on hike, and the football just goes right over his head.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
What
and then the whole game, I don't say a word. I'm just sitting there. No, I watched the game with Tim and everyone. I'm sitting there, and everyone knows I'm upset. And I'm in my head. I'm like, dude, Broncos are going to catch on at some point. And then the second half, I text my dad. I'm like, here we go. Here we go. It's Bronco time. They kick off to Percy Harvin. Takes it to the house.
That was so
right
crazy.
There,
Yep.
right there, I was like, wow, I lost my money.
The
I lost all my
Broncos
money.
did not show up. Bottom line.
It didn't even look like they were trying to tackle. It was just a tough one.
It wasn't even fun.
No.
I wish the Broncos would have lost by 80 if they're going to lose.
Yeah, it was horrible.
When I got
They might as
$3,000.
well. It felt like 80.
Man.
Yeah.
I did give Seattle a pep talk. I'm just saying before the season, it's whatever. Other NFL teams, contact my agent. I'll talk to you guys.
By the way, Big Brown did. You gave them a pep talk.
I did.
You know what? And that's one of the reasons they probably, or maybe the reason they got to the Super Bowl. Thank you, Big Brown.
No problem. It's
All
just that toughness, that tough D. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Now you're starving and you won't shut the hell up about it. It's all you've been talking about.
We're going to take off.
How much time we got, D?
What?
We got 15 minutes, dog.
Is that right?
Right at the clock, yeah.
Yeah, you can't cut it short. You came late and you can't cut it short.
I thought we were, I'm sorry, everybody. I thought we were, my friends.
If you want to cut it short,
Do you know what Jimmy
walk
Burke
out
did
on
to
the
me?
fans. You can do that.
Do you know what he did to me? He just pet me just now.
Yeah, I
my
know.
best friend. We were playing tennis this morning.
Oh, you guys play tennis?
Yeah, but you could never.
Who
play
won?
tennis. Well, I did. I'm a better hitter. My shots are just too angled. But as I'm reaching for the gate, I had my hands full. I go, grab the gate for me. He goes, sure, sweetie. How do you want me to grab the gate? Here. He called me sweetie.
Oh, I don't like that.
He does that in front of people to make me angry. Like we're lovers.
You know what's weird to me is when like you order something from Starbucks or a restaurant. It's a girl, like it's like a younger girl or maybe even a middle-aged girl, and she goes, "You got it, babe. No problem, sweetie." Like what?
I actually
I'm
like
older
that.
than you do. I don't like
But
it.
I'm old
I'm
and
not your
creepy. I'm
babe.
creepy, though,
No, it's creepy to me. I'm not your babe. Don't call me that.
Yeah?
Yeah, and don't call me Brandon either.
Brandon's my favorite.
They'll be like, "Yo, you got it, babe." Right there, I'm like, damn it. And I get my cup and it says Brandon on it. I will never go back to that Starbucks.
That's why naming your son Brendan, or I hate Brian because is it Ryan or I can't. That's why I named my son Finn. There's no way to screw up Finn. You know what a shark is? The triangular thing. I named him after the triangular growth that grows from a shark's back.
Really?
Finn.
Is it?
It's not Phineas.
It's not-
It's Finn. I put an extra N on the end.
Why?
Because I want it simple. I want his name
Now, Finn Callan,
Simple.
I like that. Finn Callan.
Finn Cook Callan.
Finn Cook Callan, he's definitely going to get bullied. And then you got Stella.
Yeah.
Now, is that after a beer or
Well, actually, Stella means star in Italian.
Star?
Yeah, in Italian. And
It's also a very famous beer.
it's not what I named her after. Okay.
That's like naming your kid Toyota and be like, well, I mean, don't get it confused
That's actually
here.
not true because
I
Stella
didn't name
was
her
around a lot
Toyota.
longer than Stella Beer.
Who's been around a lot longer?
The
Your
name.
daughter?
The name.
And streetcar named Desire.
And Streetcar Named Desire. Listen, it would behoove you to read something that was written before 2000.
I called my son Yankee. How dare you assume it's after the New York Yankees? You're from New York, Brian. That's basically what it's like right now.
It is not.
Stella the bear. When you go up to someone and you say Stella, what's that remind you of? 99% of the populations go, oh, it's the bear.
No.
You think someone's gonna be like, oh, that's actual Italian word meaning star.
Yes, they go, oh.
Not a single person would say that.
Because I say Stella.
Oh yeah, the bear. Yeah, I'll take one of those.
No.
Those are ice cold.
I don't order a Stella. I say, that's my daughter, Stella.
Yeah, okay.
But I spend a lot of time in Italy.
That's true.
We have a timeshare.
How do you feel about? Yeah, let's get your take. Before I give my take on it, you can give me yours. John Jones is going back, kind of regress and saying, "Listen, I did say I wanted to fight the Klitschko's in a boxing match, and now he's like, dude, no, check that.
Well, it's a terrible
I was
idea.
just messing around.
Yeah.
Now, and Dominic Cruz said that about Floyd Mayweather.
I mean,
let me tell you something. I've gone against. I would say my striking's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've gone against some high level boxers, not even top 1 or 2 in the world, but ranked in the top 10. It is a nightmare.
Yeah.
You got to remember, boxing's been around a lot longer than MMA.
Yeah.
You spar with Tony Jeffries, who's been boxing since he was 10. whatever you have on the offer on the feet, he's seen a million times.
Yeah,
You're not going to surprise him.
No.
MMA, a guy might have a great takedown you haven't seen, or a great submission, or a submission to a takedown, or vice versa. So there's a bunch of variables. When you're going against with a high-level boxer, there's not a single guy in the UFC who could last 6 rounds with a top 5 boxer.
There's no way.
It's just not going to happen.
Not even 3 rounds, right?
It'd be tough.
Yeah,
It'd be tough
You're
if you guys
getting
put it on.
jacked.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you get you get if these guys really want to open up on you, like that gold medalist who's 6'8"? If he
trouble,
really
man.
wanted to open up on you as a boxer, he's going to cream you.
You're in trouble, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could run the whole time and kind of wait, but it wouldn't be competitive.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
He's not hearing a peep out of you.
Now, this is that John? Well, it's a little different because John Jones is the best fighter in the world. But do you think you could even even touch with your racket a Pete Sampras serve?
There's no way.
No.
Couldn't even touch it?
I've tried it. I tried with the
you're
guy
lying.
who was number 30 in California. I couldn't believe.
Hold on. Number 30 in California.
Yeah, and he was well. That says a lot actually because
No.
you're ranked in the states. I mean, if you're 30
You're ranked
in
by
California,
you're ranked
really
by
good.
state, and the pros are ranked by
California
state.
is like probably in Florida, the two of the heavyweight states. So it's saying
How many
something.
do they rank?
But either way,
No, how many do they rank? I want to figure this out.
a lot. I mean that's number consistently number top 30 pro
in California would be like
and top. He's probably top 100 in the country.
They rank the top 500 players in the world in tennis, and if you're in the top 100,
You're sick.
think about you're the top 100. You're the top 100 in the world at something.
Those guys, I've seen those women play in Biarritz. I saw those women playing. That one of them was top 100. I'm telling you, I have never. The way she was using her whole body, I couldn't believe it. No.
I told you I hung out with Serena Williams. Went to when she played in Miami. It was like the Nokia Open or something like that. I went to her dressing room. She's a beast.
She's a strong
Beast.
lady. Oh, yeah. And let me tell you something.
You're telling me you can't even touch the ball with your
My
racket?
butt, he served it, and I went, show me how you do it. And not only was it so fast, it hit, and then it spun the opposite direction. I was like, how would I know how to do it? He goes, what the other guys can predict that, and they can be in that position.
That makes sense.
You don't, and oh, by the way, he can put it anywhere he wants. There's no way you can return.
So I'm not even saying return. I'm saying literally touch the ball with your racket.
I mean, if I got lucky, I could throw it out there, but I don't think so.
So do you think you have better chance of returning, let's say, a Sabathia fastball? Could you bunt or foul off a Sabathia fastball?
Not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. First of all,
Wow, I thought you'd say different.
the way great baseball players hit the ball is they are reading the seams and they're swinging as it leaves.
Brian,
the guy's
I'm not
hand. They're
saying
guessing.
are you going to get a home run in the bottom of the ninth in the World Series for the Yankees. I'm saying, do you even touch the ball with a Sabathia fastball?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
100 throws.
100 throws? I don't know.
Hey, all right. Look, first of all,
doubt
you
it.
can't. First of all, you can't. You can't play baseball. I've played baseball at a much higher level than you. So Jimmy Burke back again. So Brennan, you made an excellent analogy. Serving is like pitching. And the great servers are not necessarily the hardest servers. They're the guys that are throwing in different speeds, putting it in different places, putting it to your backhand, at your body, and all that. That absolutely. I think you'd have a better chance at fouling off a Sabathia
Really?
fastball.
Really?
Yeah, at 95 miles an hour, because he doesn't throw really that much harder than that, because the strike zone is so much smaller.
That's
It's
true.
really much smaller.
That's true.
So you literally
But guess what? It's smaller, and you're going to try bunt one off.
your bat's a lot smaller.
Your
and the
bat's a
ball's
lot smaller,
Yeah.
and you get hit by that ball. Guess what, Brian?
Yeah.
You're
I don't know if I can
you're
get my bat
Guess what?
around
You get
the
hit with
time.
that ball and get back,
Yeah.
and get knocked back to second grade.
I don't think
That's
it's
a bad
You're going to start
situation.
crying.
I'm afraid
You get
of
hit
the
with a
ball.
tennis ball. It's going to sting.
No, I'm
Yeah.
afraid of that hard ball.
It's gonna
I'm afraid-
sting.
I'm afraid of that
Yeah.
hard ball.
But I know guys that
And
are,
Sabathia is about 6'7", 300 pounds.
I played tennis with a guy named Steve Shucker, who was a high level baseball player in college, and he'd be the first one to tell you, "Oh yeah, I could at least foul off a Sabathia fastball or curveball or whatever." He goes, "But I can't touch 135 mile an hour. It's just not big." And at the courts,
You don't see it.
You don't see it. You don't read
I'm with
it.
you.
It's so hard.
And this is a constant argument on the Fighter and the Kid. You know what everyone in this room can do?
Come back.
Let me solve this for you guys. You know what everyone in this room can do?
What's that?
Drive a NASCAR around a track.
That's right.
Because those aren't athletes. Hey, Brian, go beep yourself.
NASCAR.
Every single person in
NASCAR
here
guys
can drive a
They're
NASCAR.
athletes. Not on that level.
Crazy.
Not on that level.
100%. Every single person in here can drive that car.
It's not on that level.
No, not that.
Whole different situation.
But I mean, you can drive it around the track at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, guess what? You can't serve at 100 miles an hour because those are athletes. You can't swing a bat.
You can't handle those G forces. I actually did one of those weekend warrior type deals.
Weekend
with NASCAR.
getaway warriors?
You couldn't do that. You could probably get up to maybe 75, 80.
You have no idea.
75, 80 miles an hour?
Pushing.
I went
pushing that-
165 miles in my M6.
pushing-
Your reaction
about that?
time, your
Going
reaction
straight.
time.
Going
How about
straight.
that?
You're not on a banked curve.
Try.
I got all that room.
Use your influence. Go and try to race. Just to do a little amateur thing around a track with a NASCAR guy. See what happens to you.
Guess
See
what?
if you can even come close.
I will come close.
You won't come
I played a
close.
lot of video games. It's
Yo.
the exact same thing. Played a lot of video
Yeah.
games.
Like
and guess
playing a
what?
video game,
and,
son.
And it is a video game because it's a machine doing the thing for you. So check this out.
Yeah.
You have a better chance of getting a good record time around a racetrack in a NASCAR than you do at returning a serve with a pro, competing with a pro in bowling, baseball, tennis, basketball, football, name another sport. Swimming.
You're dead last in every heat, every NASCAR heat, and I mean dead last. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
but
where's
guess what?
Brandon?
I can at
And
least
they're-
show the fuck
they're
up.
taking
I
a
can at
nap.
least come to play the
You
game.
can drive a car.
You can't
You
even
can drive a car.
You can't even come to play baseball. There's going to be no competition.
Well,
In NASCAR, I can show
That's
up and
'cause I-
drive the car. They
Yeah,
can't
but-
show up and even return a serve.
but we're talking about like clutch and switching. I mean, all the stuff that goes.
Yeah,
in, I
I'm
don't know.
well aware how to drive a car. Thank
Yeah.
you. Clutch, serving, driving a stick.
on
yeah, I can
that
do
level.
That. No blinkers. I don't have to worry about blinkers. Yeah, I'm on. Game on.
Listen,
Oh, and then give me the argument, but it's super hot. You might have to pee your pants. I have zero problem with
they
that.
sweat through their suits. They are insane athletes. I don't know.
Insane athletes? Take that back.
They're the best athletes in the world.
Wait a minute. Wait.
No, they're not.
Okay.
No, they're not. They're not the best athletes in the world.
Where would you rank him in the top? Let's say, all right, give me this,
Are
Brian.
they better athletes than golfers?
No, because golfers aren't using a machine to make money.
Now hold on. Golf is
No, give me this, Brian. Tennis.
It requires a different
tennis
skill set.
Hey, tennis, golf, bowling, NASCAR. Rank 'em.
tennis better athletes.
Tennis better athletes.
tennis by far.
100%.
I mean,
Footwork.
their footwork, their bodies have to be right there. They just literally, their conditioning. They're playing 4 or 5 hours. They literally they have to retire at 30 because their bodies break down. So they're
Okay.
real athletes.
Well, take it easy. All right,
Oh,
then
no,
who's
they're real athletes.
second? I agree, they're athletes, but you're going on a tangent.
and then give me the category again.
Bowling,
Yeah.
golf, NASCAR.
They're all
Bowling, golf,
kind
NASCAR.
of. They're all kind of in the. I would have to say golf probably.
Golf, yes.
Yeah,
Tough.
because the swing and just all that
Mechanics, all that.
Yeah, and then I guess it's bowling and NASCAR at the end.
Thank you.
I think.
Did we just solve this?
You might have.
Yes.
Damn it.
What's up, producer DJ? Bowling's last?
Bowling's last.
No
Dead
way.
last. I think you
Listen,
have a better
if,
chance. Hold on, you have a
if I
better
put
chance.
if I put on a sweatsuit and bowl,
Yeah.
does that make it more? Because that's all you're
I
saying with
think,
NASCAR.
I think you have a better chance.
They can't hear you on the podcast.
Oh, sure they can.
Oh, they can?
They have a better chance. I got my own mic, buddy. I gave myself a mic.
There you go.
They have a better
And
chance.
headphones. And headphones.
God,
Get
D-
special headphones.
DJ's
and no
moving
mic.
in. It's moving in.
It's the Fire the Kid and DJ.
DJ Stroke.
Oh. No, but bowling, I think you can step on the lanes and have a good game and possibly compete.
I mean, those guys are bowling. How much? My daycare was a bowling alley. How much bowling have you done?
Oh, are you a good bowler?
I'm a pretty good
Yeah, I'm a
bowler.
pretty good bowler.
Really?
Pretty good bowler.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So then you can compete probably.
No, not a chance.
You don't think you could step into a tournament right now?
No.
No way, because they're
No.
bowling 250, 280s
Yeah.
easily.
Come on, dude. It's
I'm
like-
a solid 140, 150 guy.
I mean, come on. You got
don't know, man.
bowling hitting.
That's dead last
Look, dude,
to me.
it's like
That's- don't-
hitting 6 strikes in a row or 7 strikes in a row. That takes years of practice. It's like pool. You can be a really good pool player. Start playing with pros. See what happens to you.
It's muscle memory. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's not just muscle memory. It's a lot of things.
Part of it. Yep.
It's strategy.
Handling the pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
So once you get to the professional level, no regular person could compete.
Correct.
True.
That's the
There we
difference
go.
between
Right,
professional.
that's what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Unless it's like a Kingpin story where the guy like grew up on like a weird Amish ranch.
True.
And he's just
True.
legit. You know what I'm talking about, Carlton. Amish. You know what's up.
You know.
what's up, dog.
The Amish.
Kingpin story. Have you done much bowling, Brian? I don't feel like you have.
I'm
God, I'd beat the shit out of you
best. I'm
bowling.
the best bowler, you know.
You haven't though, right?
Listen, we got to wrap this up.
No, I'm not wrapping
We're gonna
shit
play.
up.
We're gonna play some bowl. We're gonna bowl, and I'll beat you. I'm probably going to beat you.
No,
the way I beat you in
what?
tennis.
No,
I'm going
man.
to beat you in bowling.
I told you my daycare is a
I'll beat you in
bowling alley.
ping pong. I'll beat you in bowling, and I'll beat
Ping
you in
pong,
tennis.
you got me.
Yeah, dude. I got you in dance. A better dancer.
No way.
Oh no, I'm a better.
No way.
And you're pretty lithe and supple, but I'm a good dancer, dude.
No way.
I have a lot of passion. I'm so passionate. By the way, I came here a little tired, and now I'm feeling fine.
You feel a lot better?
I'm gonna go stuff my face with
Let's
Chipotle.
go. Chipotle?
If you guys want to buy our shirts, the Fighter and the Kid shirts, they're made of 100% American cotton, which is so impressive.
Did Indians make them?
They were made by Native Americans.
Handmade Native Americans made them.
They were loomed.
It's www dot. When I tweet out, I assumed everyone knew it was www dot. I just put www.thefighterandthekidshop.com.
Oh,
That's where you can get them.
The Fighter and the Kid Shop.com. I didn't know
Yes.
that. So is it the THE, the Fighter, and AND, the Kid
Shop.com.
Make it longer.
Do you have
All right.
anything coming up, Brian? Any shows?
I'm glad you asked. I'll be in New York City at Gotham Comedy Club, February 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and then I'll be in San Francisco at the Punchline, February 27th, 28th, and March 1st. Bring your seatbelts, bring a towel, bring candy.
See, I didn't even interrupt you, man.
I'm gonna
I want
crush
you
it.
to get it out this time.
I always laugh when you do it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Fighter and Kid. Brennan and I are going to be doing more Instagram videos, and Jimmy Burke was featured in our last one.
And DJ, the producer, is
crack me up.
slowly starting to take over. He has better earphones than us. He has a dope mic, this big old Apple computer. It's the Fighter, the Kid, and the producer, DJ.
There it is. Later.
Peace.